Hi, my name is John Kaji. I was born in Los Angeles. I'm now well into my 60s. I started playing golf when I was in elementary school, so I've been playing for many years. I played some high school golf, junior golf, but when I got to university, I found out that it's good to be a spectator. So since then, I play on a semi-regular basis. I call it like a few times a month, since my business activities keep me pretty busy. For myself, since I've been playing for many years, I've seen my golf game slowly deteriorate. So at one time in high school, I was playing to a single handicap. More recently though, my game is probably in the mid to high 80s. As I've continued to play though, I've found that my swing is pretty consistent. The mistakes that I make typically are mishits, where I tend to lose the club at the top of the swing. But I've also found that through some of my non-golf activities like yoga and Pilates and some other strength training that my distance has been pretty consistent. I really haven't lost too much yardage, so I guess I'd be looking for tips on how to improve the takeaway, and also anything that you might suggest to be more consistent. Okay.
How are we doing, Mr. Kaji?
Good to see you.
Yeah, great to see you again, and excited to be here with you. Let's go ahead and take a look at your golf swing here. So again, nice thing about this feature here is we can see our ball flight pattern. Is your consistent miss to the right, you would say?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Let's take a look here. So a couple things we're gonna look at here is we're gonna draw a line on the back side to see how you can maintain it throughout the swing. Mm-hmm. We're gonna check your head movement. Okay. And then I also want to see how you take away, and you mentioned that earlier as I heard you talking about your takeaway and being a little bit more consistent as well. Mm-hmm. We're gonna take a look at that with that line as well, and then your head here. Have you had any surgeries or anything that could limit you as far as the movement of the golf swing?
No.
Okay, I see your pelvis is kind of already leaning in towards your left side there. Mm-hmm. Do you do that on purpose?
I don't know. I guess I do.
All right, so as we can see, that takeaway is getting underneath right away. Mm-hmm. And you can see the head starting to actually rise out of your posture as you do that, which is typical when you bring the club inside right away.
Okay.
Okay. Head moves away off the golf ball to the right a little bit, to your right. Mm-hmm. Yep. And then we drop it very steep on top of that ball.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Okay. We get that little push out. As you can see there on the downswing, actually right away, by pulling the club inside, you lose your posture. You come off that line on the backside. Oh. Mm-hmm. Yep. And then you're going to lose it even more as you come into that golf ball. So let's go ahead and kind of talk about this step by step here a little bit, how we're going to start rectifying your golf swing a little bit. So let's go ahead and take your posture. Your posture isn't bad, okay? So as we take your setup here, go ahead, perfect. And now what I'd like to see is the club staying a little bit more in front of you. And what I mean by that is when we start out in our posture here, the hands are actually set back, the club head is outside. So as I lift this club here, your hands are closer to you, the club head's further away from you. What we don't want right away on the takeaway is getting that club head inside, okay? We want to maintain that setup posture. So as we get in here, I want the back of the right hand kind of just moving on a straight line. You see that? And we can see down the line here that the hands are actually behind the club head ever so slightly, okay? So once we get into that position, then we can start lifting the club. There we go, good. And I kind of heard you earlier, you said you do yoga?
Yes.
How often?
Probably about once a week.
Okay, perfect. Which is really good for anybody out there for mobility aspects. So let's do that one more time because that is going to come into play here as we really work on a good takeaway. There we go, good. And now as we do this, I want this hand to kind of feel like it's dropping underneath, and then you're just turning from there.
Okay.
There you go, good. So first thing's gonna be first is the takeaway is gonna go straight back, okay? There we go, now turn the shoulders. There we go, good. And now go ahead and drop the club underneath here and try to hit a little soft shot. There we go, good. Okay, let's try that again. This time we're gonna go about 50% all the way through though, okay? No pausing.
Okay.
So we're gonna go a good takeaway here. And then we're gonna swing it. There we go, okay. So, as Coach mentioned earlier too in one of our episodes here, we gotta really make sure that he stays back on his back end here. So, we'd also set up kind of the same thing as in the past. In the past here, we're gonna put an object behind you here.
Okay.
Set up to the golf ball first, and then I'm gonna bring this in.
Okay.
Okay. And as we get this kind of in this position here, as you can feel that, I don't want you sitting back on it, I just want you feeling it, okay?
Okay.
And as you turn here, you're not gonna come off of that throughout the swing, okay? You're gonna just turn around it. Go ahead. There you go, good. Now go ahead and turn it. Go ahead and make a downswing. There you go, good. And then just feel it.
Okay.
So watch me here for a second here. I'm just gonna swivel off. You're gonna feel like you're swiveling off of that, okay?
Okay.
On the back side.
All right.
Go ahead and hit it. Look at that. Now look at how your ball flight pattern changes right away. Great job. So yeah, so the neat thing about this, like I said earlier, we can see that obviously the red line is the last shot that you just hit there. Now we start hitting straight shots.
Okay.
But what does that feel like to you? You're restricted, right?
Yeah.
Very restricted.
Yeah.
So it's just gonna take practice.
Okay.
I wish golf was simple where I could give you a pill and be like, boom, done, right? We'd all be billionaires here. But we can work on that.
Okay.
We'll probably know some people. But let's go ahead and set up again. Let's try it again. Now go ahead and turn, make sure we're square. There we go. Go ahead. Ooh, very nice. Great job. So, to answer your question, a really quick recap here. You wanted to understand how the takeaway was. There is another episode where I talked about how to check your takeaway. Again, for you, real quick, is making sure that the club always stays in front of us, okay? We take it away, step to the side, see how the club's still in front of me? Okay? For you, this is what it would have looked like. You got it in here, I step to the side, it's pointing in this direction, okay? So, what I really want you to really focus on is just making sure we get off the blocks correctly, right in front of us. We're gonna go up, we're gonna stay on that wall, or that impact bag, and just turn. That way the hands can come underneath and get that little draw.
Okay.
Any questions?
No, I'm sold.
Great. So continue with that yoga though, because obviously I can still feel that you're very tight, and just the mobility aspect is very important. Homework.
Great.
Again, just checking, making sure to check your spots. And then always, when you're on the range, you can always stick a alignment stick on the ground or in a basket. Just stay on that and just really work on that, okay?
Great. Well,
Great
thank
job.
you very much.
Absolutely, pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.